See Cotman and Ralph.
Oh, yeah, we got metal barricades coming there. They'll be there in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, just be advised, sorry. All right, 1 second. There's another portion of the scene in front of 6947 East Roosevelt. Probably going to need someone to take that area as well. 6947 East Roosevelt. That's just south of Tyson Avenue. Got a piece of the plane apparently in front of a residence, 6947 East Roosevelt.
At one point, everybody was moving me back to be for our safety and other things. It's just awful scene. And the police and the fire department doesn't even know the extent of everything yet because
Proceed, sir.
Praise Charlie, I just got a few personnel from Strike Force. Does he want me to send one of the teams over to investigate that 401 job?
All right, Steve Keeley.
Charlie.
Get to safety, and as soon as you have more information, we will check.
4434.
You are doing an awesome job.
24.
Yeah, you still have 3328 Wellington with debris in a car. You need somebody to get over there.
All right.
Just like India, I still got tires, landing gear, all kinds of stuff over here on Calvert. We have somebody coming to hold that. I'm holding the seat by myself. I lost all my old stuff. Hey, the 142, what do you got? Where you at?
It's very fluid for
247 Calvert.
When we do that, we can. But as you
247 Calvert.
Josh Shapiro is the one who really helped shed
And everybody grade 18. Do we have any anybody George units? You can help move the van, block the fire hydrant.
The plane crashed about 30 seconds after it took
Charlie.
off.
Charlie.
The scene that we see here.
Notify Jay for me. Northeast, northwest personnel will not report off at 4 o'clock until you hear otherwise. They're to maintain where they're at.
But there may very well still be fires
One of JBN.
as crews try to shut off gas lines that are underground.
Per Charlie 8.
By this
Northeast and northwest personnel are not to report off at 4 o'clock. Northeast and northwest personnel are not to report off until notified. Per Charlie 8.
Isaac 1, is 821 car on the air?
I should say 2 doctors, 2 pilots, a patient, and a family member on this plane that just took a nosedive into the street.
Perfect, man. Charlie 8 on there.
Boulevard from Steve Keeley is currently closed. He's here
Hey.
from top police officials. He's been in
Travis, job planning on the boulevard for parts of the plane. I have a team from Strike Force here. Do you want me to deploy them to investigate?
We don't know the extent of any injuries on the ground just yet. He is
Isaac 1, you can deploy people there. My question is, we're trying to find 821 RPC. It's very important. 821 car.
video on the left showing the
56. I have RPC 821 Cotton Avenue. What do you got?
Steve pointed out, Jason, that
Be about 8th Avenue by the Sunoco. Okay, make sure we get in touch with that officer and have her stand by. Detectives will be en route.
She's supposed to be at 2811 Cotman Avenue. 2811 Cotman Avenue. That's where RPC 821 is located now.
That somehow ended up, whether it was hit by a car, that's, flying through the sky, landed in this gas station parking lot.
Yeah, and I think what people
Read there.
people away is just the idea of the angle that this plane came down. I mean, almost.
Man, what's the address on the whole boy?
And there are several other videos on social media as well that we will share with you when we can, but that just show different angles.
6947 Boulevard has an oxygen tank in front of it. I'm not sure if it's a boat or not.
So, and then the fireball so bright that even this
Man, what was the address on your feet?
doorbell and many others, just you lose sight of everything.
That's 6947 Roosevelt Boulevard. There's an oxygen tank in front of the house.
They haven't even been able to cordon it all off.
Hey, are you on location?
Steve is walking around in what may be
So we are blocking traffic on Tyson the Boulevard, correct?
going to have here, and
Around San Antonio for that.
in the Potomac, from a mid-air crash 2
84?
and now
4.
it's going to have to respond to this scene.
I'm pulling up to the scene. Can you tell me where the center area is for detective personnel?
Outside Center City and some other areas, but Northeast Philly and the Boulevard and Cotman, and now you're talking about tanks from a plane that just crashed. But again, objective 1, priority 1. How is everyone
4434.
around? Some of the folks in their row homes, in their
2434.
restaurants
For the case of the displaced person, the staging area.
It's rush hour. People
The giant parking lot.
home from work. They might have been headed out.
2201 coming.
And this happened. And Fred Tisi was talking about could be potentially icing on the plane or whatever. So let's head over to Drew Anderson. Drew, you can talk a little bit about the weather conditions when this happened and potentially what the pilots were up against.
So 821.
Piecing together all the data that's
yes, ma'am. Come on, baby. I'm going another day.
How the plane
Maybe 142. What's the address of that Calvert Street?
Takeoff. So I went to Flight
7242.
some of the information that Learjet we were talking about.
All right, one more time.
The estimates are it only got about a half a mile.
72.
So from that information,
7247 Calvert.
On location.
Level up in the sky because it's pretty mild when you step outside right now.
026 Isaac 2. They have that plate crack down in Common and Brown. Do you want them to bring that up to Revere and stretch their plate crack out of Revere?
It can't maintain its altitude.
All right, Isaac 2, so there's going to be nothing past Revere, so we're not going to hold the scene all the way down the Browse, cut it off at Common and Revere. I'm walking back up there now.
Icy.
Got it. Radio, if you see George 2's on the air, he's got his people getting ready to set up the plate crack at Browse. We can bring it up to Revere.
George 2.
I can see from the information coming in terms of the max height that the plane got versus what temperatures would be at that level.
Okay, all cars stand by in the 2nd District. Personal weapon at 5584 Hill Creek Circle. It's going to be a black female, white tank top, gray shorts, armed with a crowbar. There's a thing in the 2nd District. Personal weapon at 5584 Hill Creek Circle. It's going to be a black female, white tank top, gray shorts, armed with a crowbar.
Of our Philadelphia Skycam city line, and just kind of look at the city sky.
5584 Hill Creek Circle. Person with a weapon. Black female, white tank top, gray shorts, armed with a crowbar. Also, domestic. So, 2nd District, 5584 Hill Creek Circle. Person with a weapon. Black female, white tank top, gray shorts, with a crowbar.
Weather data that I'm seeing coming in at the Fox 29 Weather Authority Weather Center.
Okay, Drew, thanks. We just got some breaking details. We have a statement from the FAA.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Where do you want to say police, sir?
Entirety. A Learjet 55.
You have a supervisor meeting at Calvert and Common, please.
Friday, January 31st, after departing from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. 2 people were on board. The plane was en route to Springfield.
Family has to need to be relocated.
The FAA and
Parking lot.
NTSB will investigate. The NTSB will lead.
Highway 3 at Highway 34. Turn around, go back to your north.
Earlier had said 6 people were on board. The FAA now saying 2 people were on board.
Hey, Commander, did you receive Calvert and Common for state police?
Took off from Northeast Philly Airport. To
Thank you.
Missouri, Springfield Branson National.
230 comes back from St. Chris with any.
That's what we can tell you from the FAA, an official statement. And now the NTSB.
Isaac 26 on special against 1.
And
Isaac 26.
it's just.
Be advised that call from 3216 Princeton that is founded. That is a piece of the aircraft that struck this vehicle, embedded itself into it. But be advised that occurred near the impact zone. The owner of the vehicle, the driver, then continued to his home and parked, and it is here on location. We do have investigatory personnel here. We're going to recover this piece of evidence. Unless you want us to secure the
police chief, with the fire chief, trying
Charlie.
to offer any and all assistance he can.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Tries to deal with this.
All right, be advised, they do have a piece of the plane at 3216 Roosevelt. The owner of the vehicle took the piece home. Do you want them to secure the scene or recover the object?
After this plane.
Secure the scene.
Isaac 26 received.
6 received. Boss, it looks like it embedded into the vehicle, and he just kept going. He didn't know what was going on, so he just took off out of the area. We'll go ahead and secure the vehicle at this location and leave this piece here.
As you mentioned, Jason, initially,
Radio, what was that location?
3216 Roosevelt.
now saying that 2 people
Thank you.
board that plane.
7 Barney. Real quick,
Steve Keeley,
What?
latest
the show up at my location. I need a direct him. I'm going to welcome within the command post. Where is that located exactly?
oxygen tank that he was describing.
Command post is going to be at the T-Mobile.
Right on the boulevard somewhere, just outside the Roosevelt
Ca-
Mall, and he said across
Calvert and Cotman.
the boulevard, he saw a
Again, 731.
oxygen tank.
Again, 731.
Road.
And can you just go over, Jay, also, any detectives that are at hospitals, just call SIG with the information if any victims show up there?
Steve Keeley,
All right.
so there
Isaac 26.
That's what Steve saw. I think that's on the sidewalk, right? Right outside.
Clarification. What's the location at where that piece is?
Cars are just incredible that is intact.
26, that's going to be 3216 Princeton Avenue. I've got investigatory personnel here. Dan 124 is on location, going to hold the scene.
Boulevard. That's about a quarter
Okay.
mile
right, so we still need someone as well for peace at 6947 East Roosevelt Boulevard, 6947 East Roosevelt.
Yeah, just
That's what you mean. I dispatch a unit from our post to that location.
So, we're outside of 6947 Roosevelt for the purpose of check on the plan.
Okay, thank you. I will hold you out. I didn't have anyone there.
A plane right out that falls out
750.
It's not a surprise at just how widespread
Go ahead, 750.
the field is there.
Man, can you ask anybody out there that's recovered any video from this incident? Can they meet me at Cotman and Calvert so we can check out that video?
And it's just way too soon to tell. And we'll certainly be checking in with hospitals, checking in with
Any unit.
The community there to try to figure out.
100 block of Cotman Street has to be shut down. Fire department's informed us there's clean parts in the McDonald's, so we have to shut down the 2800 block of Cotman Ave. We're doing the process of doing that now.
All right, be advised the 2800 block of Cotman Avenue would also have to be shut down. The 2800 block of Cotman also has to be shut down. Any unit that has any person that has any video in reference to the plane crash, meet Dan 750 at Cotman and Calvert.
To monitor the ongoing
15.4, early notifying with victims' information.
This is an active emergency response situation, sadly, with reported mass casualties.
Z9, do you know where the Red Cross is set up at right now?
Our focus is on the needs of our first
This place, people are going to be at the giant parking lot. 2201 Cotman.
Oh, yeah. You try to reach it.
Asking people to avoid the area, and their prayers are with everyone right now. So just a really horrific scene, a horrific situation after this
Car 9
crashed.
Could you have Charlie 8 and Isaac 1 start making their way over to the command post to make car 4?
After taking off
Charlie 8
from the
receive.
airport in northeast Philadelphia.
About 30 seconds. And again,
Location?
I don't know if our staff can
The secondary command post by the other command post.
It looks like it's got about 4 windows, twin engine jet. It was
morning.
to Missouri.
Good morning. I think we're okay. What's the location?
2 people on board, according to the FAA. It was before 6 crash.
No radio, we're at RV1 in the Macy's parking lot.
And we won't even
Yes.
begin to try to figure out what happened there. It's just when you see the angle and the ferocious.
Good morning. If there's any empty PAL vans that are available, take the second district, and then officers that need to be transported to their equipment.
It could be as wide-ranging as a half a mile, and you know, I'm sure folks may come across some of that debris.
Any PAL vans take the second district to transport officers. Again, any PAL vans take the second district to transport officers. Fuel 15.
Expert, and he was
I think we're all good all the way down to Bros. The fence is up over here, and Faith is up Ralph.
that something had to be terribly, terribly wrong.
I'm doing it now.
So fast that people are questioning whether that was even a plane. I mean, because people think it was a missile, and from far away it certainly looks like it, but now we have confirmation that it was a plane. And so I know we have a Learjet pulled up. It's just an example of one, but it's in the computer. I think Drew pulled it up for us. But
Good morning. Any PAL vans answer up?
at least 10 people, if not more. And a lot of times these flights are used for medical purposes.
Good morning. Any second district facility units available that are not on the grid anywhere or posted anywhere, please take headquarters. This is for answering these calls.
Which was written on the air tank that Steve showed us a picture of, is an air ambulance company.
From the supervisor, any second district unit that is not on a post need to start answering radio calls in the district. Again, any second district unit that is not on a post in reference to the air emergency needs to take the second district and start answering the radio calls. WPRW 578-759.
That's like command.
They have 1 Learjet 60.
Everybody come in.
And they have 2 Learjet.
Yeah, early on, Mary 9 was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. I missed the hospital.
So we're learning, as you are here, about
He's going to be at Gene's Hospital, taken by Medic 48.
I just wish I could tell you about folks on the ground.
Somebody.
Like they acknowledge that he's going to be moved to check on the officer.
Thank you.
And then they have to call the front desk too. I let them know though, but whenever someone gets a chance, you got to call the desk, please.
We're on it, and as soon as we can bring you
Chief, can you make sure Dan hold that message?
or worse. Let's pray that that's not the case. But when you talk about a population,
Like, Actually, to head over to check on me. You want to show me to go?
And I apologize. I'm not supposed to call sign. It was you. Thank you.
To have this happen at that
Wait, why don't you show me with the James, please?
this horrible weather.
Okay.
And right after we just had this horrific mid-air plane crash in Washington, D.C., and as I mentioned earlier, Councilman Mike Driscoll from Philadelphia releasing a statement, and as part of that statement, he said that there were reported mass casualties. Of course, everything is preliminary, and we'll more as the evening progresses. But let's.
Do we have an extra unit that will be able to block
Where are you, and what have you learned?
northbound Leonard at 2200 Friendship Street to block the traffic from coming down St. Vincent? The utility trucks are trying to get in here, and it is completely jam-packed.
And they have a unit block the 2200 block of Friendship Street. 2200 Friendship.
About fire trucks, police cars. We just saw Pico. Pico's actually coming right behind us right now. The water department. And actually, you know, we just saw a little bit ago as well, police bringing in some of those barricades, the road barricades that, you know, we usually see that we saw during the last NFC Championship game that'll be out for the Super Bowl. They are putting those up around this area as well, because a lot of people have come out to try to figure out exactly what's happening here and what is going on. And it's not just people who really want to just look and take pictures, as much as that's a big help, because they've been sending that video to us.
Dan 731.
Lady walked by. She had on scrubs. She was
Dan 731.
wrapped around her, and she went up to the middle of.
Yes, sir. If you can, if there's any Dan units that are going to hospitals in reference to the Common Ave, can you make this contact safe? We'll be keeping a list of any victims at the hospitals. It's still on J-Man. I already went over special events one with it.
There are some people out here who just.
That's 731 out there. That's right. They came over giving us well.
And what we reported as a
Thank you.
And you know, their jobs and their instincts have kicked in. They just want to come out here and see if there's anyone that they can help. We've been talking, I was listening on the ride here about whether there have been people on the ground who may have been injured in some way from the plane debris, which as far as I know,
I think you're right, Charlie 8.
information on that. Charlie 8. But again, people are out just trying to see if things are okay, if people are okay who are out here.
Shawnette, let me stop you
for
just a moment.
Charlie 8.
I'll let you continue, but folks, if you're just tuning in for a basketball game on Fox, Indiana-Purdue here that's supposed to start right now, we're staying with this breaking news story in light of this disaster in Northeast Philadelphia. We are staying here with this local urgent news story here, and so I just wanted to pass that along to you. If you're just joining us to watch that basketball game, we are going to stay with this for the time being, and if you want to see that basketball game, I guess you'll have to check your local listings. It might be on another network. We'll let you know, but we're going to stay with this, Sean.
Obviously, people have to understand this is something
absolutely
just very traumatic that we're trying to get information out about tonight. People affected by this, people who have seen that video is being shared on social media of this kind of like fireball or explosion in the air. It brings people out to try to get some answers about what happened here. I heard Fred TC mentioning a little bit ago just about the type of area we're in, very urban, you know, a lot of around here, those little outdoor shopping centers, a lot of restaurants, a lot of small businesses here, and so there are a lot of people in the
We have a white van blocking that fire hydrant for the fire scene on Calvert Street. The passenger is right over there. We will take the vehicle and be a white van from the van.
You said on Calvert, 7200 Calvert?
Every corner here.
Yes, on 7200 block at the corner. It's blocking fire hydrant. Fire department can't get much water pressure to fight the fire.
So again,
all right, I believe this is the same vehicle. Again, is there a George unit or any unit on location or PPA that can clear this white van from the 7200 block of Calvert?
Don't know, you know, much about this. We're starting to learn details.
PPA, what's the location? 7200 Calvert, 7200 Calvert for a white van. I guess, would the best point of entry be from St. Vincent?
Which is kind of
coming off of St. Vincent.
Alright, so you could come off of St. Vincent Street.
The road we had to take to get here from South Jersey, some of those neighborhoods. Okay. Police officer just told the crowd TikTok is over. So he's trying to just get this crowd, you know, get people away from here and get them home so that, again, investigators, police, firefighters can all do their jobs here. So you can see the crowd kind of like dispersing here as police are telling them to try to clear the area. It's going to be pretty tough. It's a tough job. There are people, as I said, on every corner here in the rain, just standing here watching and hoping to hear something. We've been hearing sirens off in the distance, just coming from different directions still, even though we know that this happened, I believe, Jason, at around 6 o'clock today. We are still seeing emergency vehicles just coming
do we know when we're sending home?
Media in front.
3 p.m. We know that it
To the
happened a little
Philly
sooner
gas
than that,
station.
after departing from Northeast Philadelphia.
Isaac 9 to Italian.
When I say sooner, I mean our timeline here from the benefit of video is around 6:07. The plane was en route, as we've been reporting, to Springfield National Airport in Missouri. The FAA and NTSB will investigate. The NTSB will lead and provide all updates. And then, as we know, there will be preliminary reports. Sadly enough, we're reminded how the timeline is now, given the situation at Reagan International. And there's just sifting through information. I have to say that I've reached out to the mayor's office. I've reached out to the mayor's spokesperson to see if there is anything that we can share from Mayor Sherelle Parker just yet on this. I am waiting to hear back. I sent that text just 3 minutes ago, so I know they are busy, but wanted to let you know that we're making those inquiries.
Hey, Joe, we may have some information possibly right now. Stand by, Joe. I'm going to get back to you. City Council member Mike Driscoll, I believe, joins us on the phone. Mike, are you there? Hey, Mike, I understand this is your district where this crash happened. What are you hearing? What are your emotions as you watch what we are watching right now?
Hey, look, it's a sad night for Northeast Philadelphia. Here you have heroes on a plane that are trying to save lives, and tragically something happened and caused this accident within 30 seconds of them leaving Northeast Airport.
Unbelievable. Mike, have you heard from any other officials, whether it be from the police or fire department or even the mayor herself?
I need you to, I'm going to make an announcement. If you can put me through all bands.
At the northeast corner of Cotton and Boulevard. She's been in contact with the governor. We were on the
Boulevard. Do you need us to go to a particular?
Police officers on hand. We have all the agencies, the fire department, utilities have all been.
Anyone need an additional unit? Anytime 3 available? Need anything blocked, cleared?
Right now, but this is going to go on for days.
No doubt about it. Mike, what is your message right now to the residents?
So now, 1A's RDOs are canceled tomorrow. The report at 3 p.m.
Maybe loved ones or
to Common Avenue.
Message to
information to follow.
Right now.
Those that live in that area, listen to the leadership that are going to be knocking on doors and giving them direction. Pay attention. It's still a violent situation. These fires take a life of their own, as we know, especially when you have gas utilities.
A1 personnel working there.
We are a team.
Shall be advised that RDO is now canceled for tomorrow. Report at 3 p.m., 3300 Common Avenue. Information to follow.
Amen to that.
1A currently working 4 to 12. RDO is now canceled for tomorrow.
Wow.
Report at 3 p.m., 3300 Common Avenue. Information to follow.
Dinner or about to finish up when this occurred. Just an absolutely unbelievable scene. Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate you checking in. All right. God bless. Thank you, sir. Kerry Carrera, stand by now.
All personnel attached to 1A Andy currently working for 12. RDO is canceled tomorrow. Report at 3 p.m. 3300 Common Avenue. Information to follow. All 1A personnel currently working for 12. RDO is canceled for tomorrow. Report at 3 p.m. 3300 Common Avenue. Information to follow.
Now I'm here.
Car 4.
So you saw that plane literally come down from the sky? Yeah. It was really scary. Yeah, you were with your dad?
Yeah. I would go all the way to Browns Avenue, and I would make sure we're doing a good scene at the McDonald's in the Four Seasons restaurant.
I just saw blinking lights. I thought it was...
I would see that. I myself and 10 officers walk all the way down to Browns. Looks like the crime scene south of Revere Street.
I just witnessed it. It was like...
If you want us to push it further, we can, but it looks like Revere Street was the end of it.
Just kind of see the plane go down. Yeah, I really just saw the plane go down. It was just white blinking, and then
Tommy, I got a traffic chief down here at Bustleton and St. Vincent. Nothing eastbound, and clean out all the cars that are trapped in here.
Hockey practice when they say they saw the plane come down.
All right, I'm 33 down here. We're going what we can.
Fireball after this. Many of them saw it coming from overhead and then went down, and then a big fireball and smoke. Away from the scene right now, we are being kept back, but you can see a lot of emergency responders out here, a lot of blinking lights.
Avenue is taken care of. I don't know if the traffic is shut down.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort, and we thank Declan as well. That's something that he will.
X1 to Tommy. What's your location?
He said he just saw the white lights. He didn't see any flames or anything like that. He just saw the white lights. So that obviously, that's going to be discussed, I'm sure, in the investigation as well. When Mr. Walt said it could have been a malfunction of some sort. At least Declan didn't see it.
Was there any crime scene located 2800 Common Avenue?
And get more information, maybe some more interviews, and maybe even more witnesses to what you are looking at right now on this videotape. A Learjet 55 crashes in northeast Philadelphia. Moments after takeoff, a medical plane going from Philadelphia to
Crime scene close at the northeast corner of Cottman and the Boulevard.
It's gone down in northeast Philadelphia once again.
So there is no other crime scene at McDonald's or in the Four Seasons parking lot, correct? Negative. There is a plane park in the McDonald's parking lot for the fire department. That's why it was pushed a half a block east.
Right. I mean, look, it is raining. It's been
good. And from car 6, we're holding that, right?
Temperatures are in the upper 40s, so right around 50 degrees. So as people are out and about and trying to figure out what's going on, while they are out,
there's no crime scene in the McDonald's parking lot.
Some heavy rain is about ready to move over. You see out to the left side of your screen there, that yellow or that darker color there. That's really indicating that some heavier showers are starting to move in. And I'll zoom out and show you what we're seeing across the area, and that is just more of this steady rain. But again, temperatures are right around 50 degrees, so it's a relatively mild January evening, even though it is.
We have any units with drones before that coming?
Farther to show you, it's more rain on the way. So that would hamper some of these rescue and recovery efforts there, as a lot of the emergency crews get out on scene and try to just survey the situation and try to get a hold of what's going on and how they can best help. I'm sure that's a feat in itself. Where do you start?
Exactly.
When you see that video of the plane coming down and the explosion and the debris field, that must be. I don't know where you begin with that. That's got to be a huge challenge.
Yeah, this is going to take a long time. This is definitely going to take a long time. There's no doubt about that. If you
we're
following breaking news, a significant event. It's been described a very graphic scene.
Do you have my equipment yet?
Yes. A plane leaving the northeast Philadelphia airport crashes moments after takeoff. A medical plane, several people on board. People on the ground hurt as well. We're still waiting to hear if there are any injuries. No fatalities have been reported as of yet, and hopefully, prayerfully, it will stay that way. Let's get more information now. Siafa Lewis, as we saw earlier, is on the scene. Siafa, what do you know? Siafa, if you can hear me, your mic's not up, Siafa. We're going to try to work that out in a minute. Okay, we're standing by. You can hear horns in the background. An alarm has been set off. You can imagine it's quite a chaotic scene out there.
Isaac 1, pick up the phone.
Here's the picture we have been talking about for the evening. We'll get back to Siafa in just a little bit. Just moments after that Learjet took off from
Police at the uniform, attempting to break into the front of the property that's in the 2nd District. Someone breaking in at 5592 Hill Creek Mall. The first floor, a black male, like complexion, wearing a gray jacket, possibly left the uniform. Attempting to break into the front of the property.
That plane went down just moments after takeoff, less than 5 miles. Less than 5 miles from the northeast Philadelphia airport into this community filled with reports of cars on fire, a debris field stretching for a number of yards. Traffic is snarled in that area as police, EMTs, and all the officials cordon things off so they can try to figure out
Isaac 1.
how this happened.
Do we have any debris found
You can hear
along Wellington
in the
Street?
background. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's all you can say after seeing something like this in this neighborhood.
3328.
Philadelphia. We're standing by.
3328 Wellington. There was debris out there. 38 Wellington. 328 Wellington, sir.
This plane, this Learjet.
Do we have that scene being held? Do we have any units out there? 328 Wellington with this scene, Zebra 9?
Patient and probably a family member of the patient on that plane.
Northeast J.
Officials are at that crash scene right
Northeast
now.
person. Yeah, I'm trying to locate a secondary survivor. Drop a 0 car for someone breaking in.
Once again, 2 doctors, 2 pilots. There was a medical plane going from Philly to Springfield, Missouri. A patient and a family member of the patient. Just moments after takeoff, it goes down. Joe Holden's on the phone. Joe?
Yuki, I'm looking at the flight data that gives me a sense of the direction of the plane once it leaves Northeast Philadelphia Airport.
Okay, sorry, Mr. 15, this is a blaster for that.
Miles distance from point of impact and from the airport is actually less as the crow flies. The plane leaves the airport in a direction, southward direction from the runway. It crosses Pennypack Creek, which is then where the boulevard is crossing the creek, and sort of makes a curve and then comes around and makes this sharp descent at a rate that shows at last.
I realize I have a mail from the Customs Border and Protection. Wants to know if he could be any assistance in reference to the operations out there. Do you want to call the front desk, or you want me to give him his number? His name is Chris Velasco.
But the result of that, you can see again in this new video that we have just put on the air. To the right of you see the moment of
Director of Air Operations, and he wants to be of assistance.
And a representative to the investigative command post on the west side of the Dunkin' Donuts in the common inside the mall, or the mall.
Of jet fuel, and I'm looking at actually at in that video the colors of the combustion. It almost seems that there are purple.
It did look like that, yeah.
Associated with this initial explosion.
Yeah, 15.
And
location on Isaac 1.
The benefit of our
CP1, 2300 Coppin Avenue.
That's all you can see.
In Macy's parking lot.
In this neighborhood. Horns in the background. An alarm has been set off. You can imagine it's quite a chaotic scene out there. We just lost our picture, but
what's the number of the
talking about for the
3328
in just a little bit. Just moments after that Learjet took off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport, where a lot of private planes come in and out.
X2A.
But I've seen my fair share of fires.
X2A.
And as Arthur Walker,
I'm not partial to the station. Can we block that northbound and pull out southbound? I got it all. It's like a knuckle down here in St.
Of jet fuel upon impact.
And here's that impact once again to the right of your screen.
X2A, I will put somebody out there now.
Unbelievable. Joe, stay on the phone for about 20 seconds because we have a new interview with a man who was driving in the area at the time. Let's play that right now.
I just was driving and I saw just a lot of police activity, and then people texted me. I was close here. There was a plane crash, and then my daughter, who called me and was making sure that I was okay.
Yeah, I'll get the director to go to Buzzington and comment. You want me to go to Tyson now?
People are okay. How many people have been hurt?
That's correct.
After this incident that you are looking right now, a small plane crashes in Northeast Philadelphia. There's the result. And Joe, you were talking about the color of the smoke and the fact that if this plane was fully loaded, it was like 7,000 pounds of jet fuel.
That's right. And if we want to start from the top, our timeline takes us back to 6:07 on this Friday night, when we understand from video this plane crashes near Castor Gardens in Northeast Philadelphia at the entrance to the Roosevelt Mall. And the first alarm is struck for the Philadelphia Fire Department a few moments after that. At 6:12 and then at 6:15, a second alarm goes. Not soon thereafter, a third alarm is struck, and then Philadelphia Fire declares an all-hands emergency as fire and police rush to the scene. we have the benefit of police radio telling us that officers were met with carnage and crowds, people, debris, trying to get the folks separated from the danger as multiple fires burned in the area, as well as businesses, other buildings, at least one home, and an untold number of cars. In this video right here, you see the officers doing their jobs as police radio appropriately and correctly displayed for us, that these officers were telling people to get out of this photo, one of the first we see tonight of the absolute wreckage and the debris across Cotman Avenue at Rupert Street. This is on the north and again, we see that from
Sunday, Brian, nothing northbound. Okay, kick everything. I don't need anything down here. But you're also going to have a lot of southbound coming at you from Cotman. So if you can pull that while you're blocking northbound, that'd be great.
A medical plane by designation.
Okay, that's going out.
The ground and is making it.
Time 9 to time 8, time 51 in the road there as well.
Concludes from his.
All right, copy that. I'm looking for somebody, maybe St. Vincent and Large in there. Let them use Large to go north and south. They don't need to come out
descending in less than 5 miles.
And the angle of that descent, I don't know if we can find that video and pull that up.
Supervisor can stay on Central Events 1. I need CO2 to meet me at the Macy's, in the front of the Macy's at the command post.
The people you were first in contact with and the way they described it all, saying it was a significant event, very graphic scene, numerous buildings and cars.
CO2, Big Charlie 8 in front of Macy's command post.
That's what we're looking at right now.
There was a description from one of my sources who was incredulous and sort of lost for words. And, you know, as we sort of think back about the 2 hours almost that we've been trying to learn and explain and absorb what we're hearing, what we're seeing, what we're understanding, is that...
Sir, be advised, the Director of Air Operations wants to know, do you need any type of helicopters or any other type of air support in reference to this incident? Because they do have air support and things that if you need them, and we can give them a call if you would like anybody else to come out to help out.
Some information. I know that
hold on, let me check.
Information from Councilman Mike Driscoll
US2
would be joining
US2
the command center.
What is support for this thing?
If there's anything,
it's going to be Chris Momos. His number is 202-924-8914. He's the Director of Air Operations, and they're from the Customs and Border Protection, and they have helicopters and any other type of air support if you would like them. I can give you the number, or it can be sent to you.
Officials, as they begin to set up for a news conference to bring us up to date, but we here at CBS Philadelphia can tell you that a small Learjet 55, has crashed in northeast Philadelphia with 6 people on board. 6 people.
Yeah, I'm in the rear, 3328.
To the right of the screen.
These folks are over by the scene.
2 of them are doctors.
There's a bunch of
2 were pilots.
5292.
There's a patient on board, and the family member of that patient was on board.
All right, do I have another marker that can start over to 3328 Wellington?
Just after 6 o'clock this evening in northeast Philadelphia, leaving to go to
Zebra 2, okay. Be advised, my partner's also going to paramedics for that location also.
It's been quite a night. It's been quite a night. What's
going on in Wellington?
Right now.
Be advised, there's also human remains in that location also.
Investigation right now as they try to put everything together to find people from the neighborhood that may be affected. Not only
emergency, can switch back over to Mary Van and coordinated post from that.
Debris went everywhere. Jet fuel went everywhere. People heard it and reacted in a panic manner.
Buses, they said it are OEM buses.
Saying, oh my God,
they said they're going outside here to Jolly Rogers. Is that correct? Can you confirm that with the supervisor?
You're looking at the aftermath right now.
Charlie 9, if they can stay near Washington and Common and stage up there, that'd be great. Either that parking lot or the giant parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, you have some rain out there. They can manage the rain. It's light, maybe a little bit heavier at times.
Charlie 9 or Charlie 8.
Temperatures, like you said, Yuki, are...
Sure, anybody got this waste, please send it over to Washington and Common and set the buses on location.
As well. So, I mean, for all intent and purposes...
I think, well, what was that location again? The numbers on Wellington Street?
You're looking at Temperatures could be very well into the teens, if not,
3328. Okay, and who do you have going over there on location?
So while they're
Nathan 81 is in the rear, and 02 is in route out there also.
Wet conditions out there because of the rain. Overall, the real impact would come from temperature.
X1A, I'm a personally 4 officers, traffic officers. We'll be back over to
across the area. I've got marked on the map there where the Northeast Philadelphia Airport is, there in the upper right-hand corner. Roosevelt Mall, just near where the crash site is. And I'll zoom out and show you. It's light rain. There's some heavier pockets here or there, Yuki, but overall, we don't have any thunder or lightning or anything like that. That would be an issue. So it's just some light rain. They'll manage that.
And here it is, like 2 hours or so after impact, and we're just getting word. Hopefully, the weather has played a part in the investigation as far as putting the fire out. Anyway, the fire out. The fire department has just called us and said the fires are under control.
That's good.
Right now, so that's good. That was good to hear. That was good to hear. These are the fires that happened earlier, but these are now under control. Go ahead, Grant.
Yuki, we can never suspect, what caused this crash. We look at all things. As journalists, you try to, look at all the facts and just put all the facts out there until the officials are able to do their investigation. And of course, get down to the exact cause of this. But as I was looking at the weather conditions, we all know it's been a cloudy, it's been a dreary, it's been a wet day. The cloud cover was down to around 400 feet in the airport at takeoff. So
81 is in the rear. That's correct.
Went up into that low cloud deck. I think.
Did anybody check the front?
That they climbed up.
Nathan 81. I'm in the rear with
1,200 feet,
the victim's mom,
and then came back down. So they were easily up into the clouds at that time, which would almost drop down that visibility to near zero. Our aviation expert was saying that they most likely were having to use that artificial horizon, which gives them that idea of exactly where they are in relationship to Earth and the sky, so they know where they are. They're using their instruments.
Okay, whoever we have on Wellington Street, could they call Charlie 8, please, immediately, so we can see what we have?
And because of that cloud cover, we
can go ahead and give you the number.
Ground pictures right now and video that has been sent
into
us.
267
a chopper can
324
when the ceiling is low.
67
04. We continue to cover this story. Josh Sanders, I believe, is on the scene right now.
267 324 6704.
Can you tell us?
That's correct.
Hey, Yuki, good evening. Good to be with you.
Someone looking for me?
On the opposite side of Roosevelt Boulevard, so you can see behind me Roosevelt Mall. I actually had to park about a 15-minute walk away from where our crew is right now. That's just because this area is so congested. We've been talking about that all throughout the night. This is a very busy intersection when it comes to Northeast Philadelphia. And so what I've seen so far is just a lot of people here. I walked through one of the neighborhoods that was impacted. There's a lot of people just in shock right now. They're taking this moment in. They really don't know how to feel. As I walked past people, you could just see there was a daze kind of in their eyes, just taking this moment in as we are waiting to find out more information about what happened. I do have an update. We were just told by Philadelphia police they should be holding a press conference around here in about 20 minutes. We hope to find out more information of what's happening.
I have a couple of folks with the FBI. They're trying to get to the Dunkin' Donuts where there's an ERT staging area. Does that sound correct with our contingency?
I'm not going to be specific at all. I'm just going to
2327 happens. 2327.
Again, we don't have a lot of the details. What I saw as I walked through, and Philadelphia police allowed me to walk through because we are media. I do want to say anyone else that isn't media or a first responder, you don't
need officers stationed at Hanford and St. Vincent.
Officials do their jobs right now, but what I saw is debris.
What do we have out on the 77 block of Hanford and St. Vincent?
Throughout the Roosevelt Mall parking lot. I did speak to one officer who told me that
I'm in the alleyway.
There's the potential for casualties and evidence within that area.
If there's a supervisor near Hanford St. Vincent, I need somebody to take Hanford and St. Vincent, the main street, 7200. We just put metal down, but we need an officer here to make sure people don't walk up and down and jump over the metal here.
Where one of those row homes were on fire. Obviously, a lot of engines there, a lot of first responders there. As we continue to,
this is Eva Chin. I have to stay in my post so nobody goes up the alleyway.
But I think right now the moment is
I mean, Isaac 1, there was a 15th Sam Sergeant there, Sergeant Hunt. See if he can help you out. Sergeant, you still on Common Avenue?
This is something that feels very heavy.
15 St. Mary, I can head down to St. Vincent and Hanford.
And for our city. But again, in about 20 minutes, we should hear.
Yes, I received. I just dropped the metal. It's secure, but we're going to need somebody to so that they don't move.
On what they can tell us and what we will obviously tell those watching us.
I think one of all supervisors on the scene, especially Cotton Avenue, we need to make sure we have officers out there and still holding that scene very well there, please. Make sure we're holding that crime scene.
One of the row homes near the mall. Could you tell if
I think one of the CO2.
One of the row homes, or was it an open area, a parking lot in front of the mall? What could you see from
Scott, are you anywhere near the command post CP1 like Macy's parking lot?
Because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I'm right over here by that
from my vantage point.
Can do me a favor from call 1? I need you to get in touch with somebody from Macy's. Call 1 wants to open up Macy's.
To one of the row homes. I'm sorry, there was somebody yelling. There's damage to one of the row homes.
We're walking the Macy's driveway now.
I know that there's a number of video out there right now on social media and going across social media platforms right now.
Give me one try. I'll take care of the notification to Macy's. I have their number.
Get video that we know is, you know, a video of what happened. But again, here mentioned that they said the fire was put out. It probably was that row home because it did look like there was burnt areas on the row home and damage to this row home. But what I will say is I walked across, this was across the street from Roosevelt Mall. And you have a huge parking lot here. Ross, Dunkin' Donuts, you know, stores here, a Macy's. I saw debris from the plane throughout the parking lot.
Wow.
So you can just imagine, that, you know, it probably 40 yards away where the potential of this plane coming down around this neighborhood, and then you had debris that flew 40, 50 yards into the Roosevelt Mall parking lot. And you know, as we work to find out the number of casualties, of course, we know that there were 6 individuals on that aircraft heading to Missouri, a medical aircraft, a medical flight. You know, we don't know what the casualties were on the ground. We're working to find out that information. It looks like we're about to have a press conference with Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Police Department. So we're getting ready for that. I'm going to put this microphone.
Yeah, can I get all investigative personnel, CPD, investigative personnel.
We'll definitely come back to you in a second. As you can see, the mayor should be there very soon, along with other officials from the city of Philadelphia to discuss.
Buffleton Common, so all investigative personnel, Buffleton Common.
Let's talk about it more right now. Go back.
All investigative personnel go to Buffleton and Common. All investigative personnel go to Buffleton and Common. Meet Isaac 25. All investigative personnel, Buffleton and Common, and meet Isaac 25.
Everywhere you look, you can see flashing police lights here, and people are out really trying to figure out what exactly is going on. I spoke with a man who says he saw the explosion from the crash, and then he got out of his car and he just ran. Another man says he saw a massive fireball, and then another young boy we spoke with said he saw the plane coming down. Many people are also out here showing me some videos that they have that captured the plane coming down, and then the massive explosion after that. So many people capture this on their Ring camera or on their cell phones. There's many witnesses accounts because many people live, work, and shop around here. People are everywhere. So are emergency responders, like I mentioned. Everywhere you look, you can see police running around trying to figure this all out. The entire area, though, traffic-wise, is gridlocked. Streets and roads are blocked off, and we were even rerouted all over the place. So it's very difficult to get around here if you live around here. It's also raining, so investigators and emergency responders are battling all of this through the rain. Investigators are here trying to figure out exactly what happened, but overall, a very chaotic scene here.
Once again, if you are just joining us, a small plane, a Learjet 55, has crashed in northeast Philadelphia. 6 people on board, 2 doctors, 2 pilots, a patient, a family member of that patient as well. That's the moment of impact, just after 6 o'clock. Just after 6 o'clock outside of the Roosevelt Mall. And that's where our reporters are right now. And they're going to stay on the scene as we continue to get more information. Let's get more information right now if we can on the phone. I believe Joe Holden is standing by with that. Joe?
I'm with you, Uke, and if you have to cut me off, please do so. I'll stop talking. Trying to get a sense of the debris field here, and I've asked our control room to pull up a map that might give us a sense somewhat a little closer up. Well, we're going to wait for the press conference. I'll toss it back to you, Yuki.
Well, you know what, Joe? We're going to keep an eye on these microphones right now, and then if the mayor or other officials step to it, I'll let you know, and we will take it. But continue with your thought, please.
Sure. So if we have a map, and if we don't want to go to the map, I'll just explain that from my own assessment, it looks like debris fields scattered as far south as Tyson Avenue at the Boulevard, also about eastward towards St. Matt at Wellington. So you see the boulevard there. Go to that next parallel street of Cotman Avenue. That's Tyson. So Tyson at the boulevard, there's debris there. There's debris reported at where you see and in the Chiron there, Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard. A friend in the area told me a secretary from that parish there at St. Matthew, former St. Matt secretary, said blocks from the church that a car hit her house that it shook so bad. So blocks on the other side of the boulevard from where this plane crashed. People felt it, immediately had a reaction, and the debris field appears to be widening, which I'm told now by my sources that if you have something on your property, it obviously is likely connected to this, to call 911.
Right. That's going to be a crucial part of the investigation.
And indeed, and it is best just to leave it, to not to touch it, and just to notify authorities. Now, police may clarify that and give a number to the NTSB. Obviously, we'll wait for that. But I'm told as they are gathering around that bank of microphones that they are assembling the team that will be addressing this. And as you've noted, that may take a few moments. So we're continuing to work our sources as best we can, but they are tied up, to say the least.
All right, Joe, you stand by. We're continuing to look at the video of this awful, tragic accident right now. Still no official reports of fatalities, but a small Learjet crashed moments after takeoff after leaving the airport in northeast Philadelphia, where many small private planes are held and are in the area there, and they took off. It took off about, just after 6. And then at 6:07, we got reports and ring camera video of the moment of impact. 6 people on board that plane. 2 doctors, 2 pilots, a patient, and a family member. Right now, we are going to the press conference. Right now, you can see many officials, fire officials on the scene. This is Mayor Sherelle Parker, and she's going to explain what she knows thus far. There's the police commissioner right behind her. Let's wait, and here's Mayor Parker.
Everybody here? Let me start by thanking each of you for being here. I want to go through some basic facts about what we know for certain right now. An aircraft went down in the vicinity of Roosevelt Mall on Cotman Avenue. This occurred shortly after 6 p.m. this evening. As of right now, we have no reports on the number of fatalities. So right now, we're just asking for prayers for any and everyone who may have been affected. We do want to note that several dwellings and vehicles were impacted. So what are we asking you to do for us right now, Philadelphia? We're urging you to please stay away from the scene. If you see debris, call 911. Don't touch anything. This is still an active scene under investigation. I'm proud to note that all of our federal and state partners, they are either en route here or on the ground with us right now. We did see some neighbors who live in the surrounding community just stay in your home. Again, it's still an active scene, and it's under investigation. This is only the first of many briefings, I'm sure, to come on this evening. And of course, when daylight comes, when we have more facts and information to share with you. But I do want to say a special thank you right now, again, to all of our federal and state partners and our amazing first responders right here in the city of Philadelphia. Our fire, our EMS, our police department, they have been here working vigorously to ensure that we get this perimeter and the surrounding area blocked off, to ensure that we make public safety and health our #1 priority. So we don't have any further information to share at this time. I've spoken to our Governor Josh Shapiro. He is en route. I've spoken to our U.S. Senator John Fetterman, other federal officials, and everyone, all hands on deck. That's where we are right now. Thank you so very much, and we'll have more information to report in the near future.
You've been listening to Mayor Sherelle Parker thanking all federal and state partners and the first responders in the wake of this horrible accident. A Learjet goes down in northeast Philadelphia, carrying 6 people. 6 people. A debris field is all throughout the area, 6 people on board. A couple of doctors, 2 pilots, a patient, and a family member of the patient. There's the aftermath, the moment of impact, just after 6 o'clock tonight. We're approaching the 3rd hour of our coverage, and still no answers. No answers. It's going to be a long time as this investigation continues as to why this happened. No reports, as the mayor said, of fatalities, official reports. We're still waiting for that information. We have a number of people on the scene, a number of reporters trying to gather as much information as we can as this plane crashes near Cotman and the Boulevard, just less than 5 miles from the Northeast Airport, where it took off on its way to Springfield, Missouri this evening. Janelle Burrell joins me now from our morning crew. Janelle, this has been absolutely shocking and awful to see.
And it is just devastating, Yuki. I was listening to your coverage on the way into the station here, and just seeing these images, that fireball exploding, and hearing the voices of those residents in the neighborhood watching it just in shock and in horror. And all of this happening just a couple of days after what we saw happen outside of our nation's capital. So everybody just very shaken by this news here in Northeast Philadelphia this evening. As we wait to get more details from officials as to what happened, and looking at these images, these huge fire piles on the scene as emergency responders are trying to assess what happened here. You can only imagine what these neighbors, what was going through their minds.
Let's try to find out. Let's try to find out more now, because I believe Carrie Corrado is standing by with the latest from her vantage point. Carrie?
Yuki, we've been speaking with a lot of people the moment we got here. We found one man who says he lives nearby. Is that right?
Yeah, I live like 2 blocks from here. You know, like when the accident was, the crash was happening, I was, inside the house. I was talking to my brother, and we heard like big sounds, like it's like some, I don't want to say like earthquake, but it's like somebody's knocking the door. It's pretty hard. And I was like, what's going on? Then me and my brother just ran out from house, and we see like there is nothing basically, but I see like within like 1 minute, everybody started running from like my neighbor next door, and neighbor, everybody's running there.
You said the crash made your house shake. It almost felt like somebody was like knocking hard on the door.
Yeah, pretty hard. Like I wasn't expecting like this. I never, I had a noise like that in my house. This is the first time we heard like very, very strong noise, And
so when you realized what was happening, you said you saw people just start running. It was pretty chaotic.
Yeah, very chaotic. Everybody was running. We didn't know what's going on. And my brother was with somebody that what's going on. Then she's saying like there's probably like car crash or something going on. But within like 30 seconds we saw there is like a smoke, sky and flames, something like that. And me and my brother just ran, in here, and I saw there is a flame.
So that had to be pretty scary to
Very
watch.
scary, yeah. That time, all the cops and ambulances started coming and big noise everywhere. It's very sad, because I live in the neighborhood pretty long time. It's never happened like that, but I'm, very upset at this moment about this accident.
Well, thank you for sharing your story with me.
No problem. Thank you so much. I'm praying for everybody, feel safe here. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Yuki, that was just one account. There are many people who witnessed this plane coming down, many people who say they left their cars and just ran. Other people say they saw a big fireball and then smoke billowing into the air. So this is a very heavily populated area with a lot of businesses, homes, people shopping in the area. So many people saw this and witnessed this, and they're sharing their videos with all of us.
Carrie, thank you so much. Once again, 6 people on that plane, and we just received word. I mentioned that a patient, Carrie, we'll get back to you. Thank you so much. A patient that was on that plane was a child patient, and a family member of that child. 6 people, 2 doctors, 2 pilots, that child patient, and a family member of that child.
Just devastating to hear the details as we wait for an update on the condition of those people who are on board and those who were injured on the ground as well. Our Joe Holden, he has been joining us by phone throughout our coverage here this evening. And Joe, we understand you have some information you can share with us as well.
Well, yeah, Janelle and Yuki, good evening again, and I'm sad to be with you under the circumstances because the visuals that we've been wrapping our heads around tonight, I want to make a note that when I watched the briefing from the mayor, there certainly appears to be just a deep frustration with this. And the finer points that the mayor made, saying the aircraft went down shortly after 6 p.m., they still have no fixed reports on the number of fatalities. We know the souls on board that Learjet 55, but the actual number of people who may have been hurt, injured, transported is still unclear, according to the mayor herself.